So Cami, thanks for coming in.
Pleasure.
I thought Christmas had came early and it was Santa walking in to see me then.
I'll give you a present. We'll give you a present the way out.
So, team built, stressful time for you?
Yes, but that stress is now over, and we can relax a little bit over Christmas. And for me, I'll get a chance to get away on holiday, which I didn't get for various reasons. Obviously, Speedway first, and health reasons otherwise. In the summer, so yeah, I'm going to get away on holiday and Boxing Day with my partner Joe and get a break, and I'm looking forward to that. But then when we come back, it'll be focusing on next season.
Yeah. And what was the main stresses for when you were doing this, building the team? What was the thoughts this year?
Well, we start building the team. We sit down and we think, do you want Craig back? Of course we do. He's fantastic for us. But taking Craig back brings its own issues with his average, because he's 10.18. And that restricts you to, you can't go for 3 big heat leaders, so we have to plan the team a different way. And this year we've done it definitely in a different format, and it's something that could be really exciting, hopefully. Fingers crossed it all pans out and it works. That's the way we're hoping it does work. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just touched on it there, health. Last season you had a bit of issues that people might not know last year, so...
I had a couple of, I've had an ongoing heart problem for many years, and it came to a head last Christmas when I was on holiday. A blood clot in my heart and needed heart surgery, and that was put off till the blood clot went away. So I think it was about August I had my first heart op, and it didn't work. It was a total failure. So he took me back in 6 weeks later and had a second heart op, which has been very successful. And I feel really good and very healthy again. I'm back sort of doing some training and stuff, and it's really good. And looking forward to going to the boot camp with the boys and taking them on a spin. Yeah. They'll maybe get a surprise. Who knows? Who knows? No, but overall, it was a kind of worrying time. Yeah. And the Speedway was a great thing I could concentrate on. It didn't keep me thinking about, I've got a heart operation in 14 days, 13 days. You had a match to go to and sort out. And I'm the kind of guy that doesn't worry about too much things like that. But it came in really handy for me. And
you missed a couple of matches because of it last year,
I did, yeah. I put Michael Max in charge, and he was in charge of Eastbourne away, where there was a punch up and a riot, and Sheffield away, the only match we didn't get a point, so he's not getting in charge again. No, but listen, nothing to do with Michael. It was just one of those things. I missed 2 matches, and I was sad that I missed both those matches, because I was at every other match, and even though sometimes I didn't feel 100% by any means, I didn't really let anyone else know, because the job's so important to me, and the club's so important that you just have to man up and get on with it. We asked the riders to do the same, so if the manager can't do the same that he's asking the riders to do, then I've just got to go on with it. Some of the riders like Klaus knew my problems, and we used to say, if you need anything, I'll help you. And great. I mean, the boys were fantastic last year, as the rest of the management were as well.
Yeah, and just touching on last year, so I've seen the video of you after the final match. Not pleasant viewing, but I suppose you have to take it and look back on last year as a good season overall.
It's a great season. I think at home we were pretty formidable. We'd won Hiccup at home, which were down to track conditions. We really shouldn't have raced that night. To be honest, we just tried to get the fixture on because we were running out of time. Away from home, I think that's where we excelled. The travelling support, who are fantastic and came in big, huge numbers. They all came up to us and said following the Tigers last season was fantastic, because we won more away matches than we lost. I think for the first time in many years. And the team just were brilliant when they went to away tracks. They just dug in and they put on performances. Even the ones we lost, we never lost by huge margins like we've done in the past. And that really pleased me. The way the team was set up, and when you travel away from home, and I've done it many times as a fan, it's great to have. You can't always win. It's great to have your team that try from start to finish, and I think we can't fault any rider for that. It was really good, yeah.
And obviously the pairs victory was a good night. We've seen you come third place.
It was a great night. I actually wasn't. To be honest, I wasn't going to go in the stand, and Peter says there's a trophy for the team, and you have to go in the stand, and I get a bit of stick.
I don't believe that for a second.
I tell you, it's true. No, it was a great night, and I think our 2 were the best from the beginning to end, and they thoroughly deserved it. Well done to the 2 of them. It was brilliant.
So moving on, 2020, new year, new team. We're going to go through them all and see. Yes. Just a wee comment on each. So you've mentioned them already, but Craig Cook, number 1 captain.
A no-brainer. We sat down. Do we ask Craig back, even on a massive average? Absolutely. He leads the team. He's a out and out number 1, the best number 1. I think he's the best rider in our league. And yeah, Craig. We just hope he maintains what he's done for the first sort of 1.5 seasons he's been with us. And I'm sure he will do. I have no worries about Craig at all. He always comes top class equipment, great backup team, and his will to win is second to none.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him different from some other riders. He never gives up. Even if he's second in a race, he's always trying to be first. And that's what we want at Glasgow, and we want riders that have that kind of passion and enthusiasm for the club. And he lives and breathes Glasgow, and it's strange for me, after all the years I've seen him, has been Edinburgh's number 1 and our biggest nemesis, to be the best rider, one of the best riders ever ridden for the club, but actually really take to the ethos of the club as a whole. He's been fantastic for us.
Yes.
No brainer getting it back.
And we're sat here actually in front of the Wall of Fame and all that sort of stuff, and when you look at some of the averages and points that people have been scoring, if he's here for a few more years, then
he's miles ahead of some of them. If he does stay with Glasgow for 3 or 4 more years, 2 or 3 more years, and I think he'll be on that wall. He deserves his place on that wall if he does that. And hopefully that's what happens. We can keep him here for the foreseeable future. He certainly, he wants to be here, and that's the main. When a rider wants to be at a club, they're happier, and we're happy. It's easier to deal with.
Yeah.
Any problems that come the way, good or bad, things that happen, can be taken care of.
Yeah. So Ricky Wells, another one from the east that's came into the west.
Yeah. That's just a coincidence that actually he's an ex-Edinburgh rider. To be honest, Ricky was somebody we were thinking of last season. He guessed for us in the semi-final the season before when we raced Workington, and he did a marvellous job for us. He's a really nice guy, and I think he's coming on an average that is as low as Ricky will ever go. And I think there's a big improvement to come back again from Ricky. He doesn't, I think he's much better than the average we've signed him at, and we're hoping that there's a massive improvement there. He's got the talent. He's a nice guy, and he's a team man, and he's I'm sure he'll gel with the rest of the lads. I'm very excited to actually see him racing for Glasgow.
Yeah. Ulrich Ostergaard.
Ulrich's been a friend of mine for many years, and he's a very, very good speedway rider first and foremost. Again, he's a brilliant team chap, and he'll be great with the rest of the guys. We're trying to build a team. It's not just about individual riders. Ulrich is also on I think he's 5.98. He started last season pretty poorly. He admitted that himself, but when he went to Newcastle, he turned his form round. Towards the end of the season, was banging in really good scores. Well, we want him to start like that. That's the desire we have him to start like that. He's got himself a personal fitness trainer, and he's absolutely delighted that Glasgow have signed him. We've been close a few times. We've talked to him a few times, and it's never really worked out. And he takes it as a complete honour to ride for Glasgow, and he's taken that on board very seriously. I know that from, as I say, I've known him, and again, I hope that Ulrich can put a point in his average at least. He's good enough. He's the National League Riders champion, so he's well capable. He's a little bit older than the rest of the lads in the team, but as Ulrich says, he might be 38 on body, but inside he's 25, and that really is the way he is. So if he's exciting to watch as well. I think the fans will really take to his style. Yeah. He never gives in. If he doesn't make the gate, he's always trying, and that's something that we love it. Glasgow and the track set up, it should be good for him. Yeah, and even on his age, it's good to have the experience of somebody like him with some of the younger boys as well. Absolutely, and I think he'll help Sam. He's got time for other guys, and Sam's an up and coming Danish rider, and Ulrich's been there and done it. And the two of them, I know they hit it off quite well already. So hoping that will improve, Sam as well. So yeah. So on Sam. Sam's riding going to start probably at reserve for us this season, and I think that takes a bit of pressure off him. When we brought him over last season, he was thrown in kind of the deep end of Paul Stark's position, and Paul had been doing really well. So it was difficult for Sam to begin with, but we saw flashes of what Sam can bring to the team. And he's a nice lad as well, which is again very, very important. But I think this next season riding at reserve, he's got a chance to really get some more track time, some extra rides, and get some points. I think if Sam wins a few races, it's a snowball effect. I hope for big things. I hope that Sam can punch his way out of reserve and back into the main team.
Yeah.
I know that's what he wants to do, and that's what we want him to do. He's got a bit of work to do. He's a little bit behind the next guy above him in the averages, so. But that's his goal, and that's when we do the boot camp, he'll be set out a target to achieve and to try and achieve, and that'll be his target.
Yeah. Justin Sedgman,
underrated rider. On his day, he can beat anyone in our league. He's worked well with Craig in the past at Edinburgh, so I think Craig being here will be a big help to Justin as well, because Craig can help get the best out of him. He rode against us a few weeks before the end of the season at Ashfield. I think he scored 14 and he was outstanding. Craig actually came and said to me, of all the riders he'd beaten at Ashfield, he was one of the hardest to beat. When he outgated Craig, and Craig it took him 3 laps to pass him. And we've all seen Craig passing guys after 1 lap, guys that you would think are higher profile than Justin. So Justin's got a lot of talent. He's just got to put it down on track. Is it a gamble? I think all riders are a gamble. But Justin, if the Justin Sedgman we get is the Justin Sedgman that's a good, it's a guy that everything's working with. We've got a good rider on our hands there.
Brock Nicol.
Really exciting for me, Brock. That was one of my number 1 targets to get. And again, I've been friends with Brock since the day he came over to UK. In fact, his debut was against Glasgow at Sheffield, and I had a long chat with Brock that day and found him to be a really nice young man. His talent's there for everyone to see, and I really hope for big things for Brock. And it was hard to get him signed up. To be honest, he wanted to be here, but things get in the way, and I'm just really over the moon that we've got him.
Yep.
I think the fans will really take to him. Lovely man, great talent, never gives in. Again, massive potential of increasing his average, and again that's what we hope he'll do.
And last by no means least, Connor.
Talented kid. It was almost a no-brainer to bring Connor back. We saw he's only had half of last season, and he put 1.13 on his average from his start average, which was, I thought, was really, really good. He's got a lot of improvement to come, and we hope that the next year or two, that improvement comes with Glasgow, and we get the benefit of increasing his average, which I'm sure he will. We start again at reserve next season, along with Sam, and I think that'll be a really potent pairing, and I hope it'll be one of the best reserve pairings in the league. Is the way we've set up the team is strength and depth next year, rather than going for punchy heat leaders. It's more a balanced team, and see if that can be the one that gets us over the line. Yeah,
and it seems from going through the team that you seem to think that everyone bar Craig probably has got that room to grow.
That's what we tried. That's what we tried to do. All 6 guys other than Craig, I think, can increase their average, and if they do that, then we'll be in the mix for the trophies at the end of the season. That's the target. There'll be, as I say, we'll have a boot camp 3 days before the season starts, and that's a great couple of days we get to spend with the riders and do different things with them. It's about a lot of hard training. They've got to come back fit. There'll be set targets and goals, but there'll also be a lot of fun involved in just a bit of team bonding. And that's when we'll sit down and we'll let them know what we expect from them. Everyone has been told already, that they're coming to the best club in UK, no matter what league you're in, and they've got to take care of themselves accordingly and behave the way we want them to behave, and hopefully at the end of the day we get the results we're looking for.
And last year, Mr. Cami predicted that Rasmus Jensen was going to be the star man, and not the star man, but the surprise package that came through and really caught the attention, and you probably arguably say you were right. Arguably. So I'm going to put you in the spotlight again and see something that you think is going to be a surprise package this year.
We've mentioned all 6 can improve.
Yep.
Out in that 6, I hope that Brock, not hope, but I think that Brock Nicol might be the one that surprises us this year. That's my Mystic Meg prediction. And again, in boot camp I'll be telling them I've said that in this interview. I think Brock's got massive improvement to come, so that's my prediction for this year.
It's on tape now, so from a personal point of view, first full season in charge with your own team, seem a bit more relaxed in the role, a bit more confident in the role, but obviously it's you, but also the background team behind you.
Yeah. I agree with that. I'm far more confident last season. The first season was difficult, but I still enjoyed it, and we did reasonably well. Last season was much more enjoyable. And again, go back to the management team. When you work for, the owners that we've got at Glasgow, Jerry's been phenomenal from day one. When he came in and bought the club, and he made certain promises, and he's seen every single one through. And I don't think he gets enough credit for what he's done. I work more with day to day with Peter, and Peter puts a lot of hard effort into it. It's massive, and all the management team behind us. On the match day, we've got a full team of people that help, and it's a fantastic place to be. But I don't think I would have been able to do the job for any other owners than what we've got, because if they promise you something, they try and see it through. And it's a great atmosphere. And it's not just all about winning.
Yeah.
To Jerry and Peter, it's about putting on a show, and I think that's what they do fantastically well. And I think we've got the best show and the best track and the best club in the league.
And fans?
Fans are phenomenal. Last season they took me to the heart, and the same back, and that's why going away from home, touching on going away from home again, when we won, no matter where we won, if we won at Birmingham, it's quite a funny story actually. The guy, we knew we'd won at Heat 14, we were so far ahead, and one of the Birmingham officials said, you can't take the team across to your fans because we're having a second half and it will last about 40 minutes, and the fans aren't going to wait for an extra 40 minutes. So I just completely ignored them and said to the guys, the minute Heat 15's finished, let's just march. We went across to the fans, and having those pictures that we all saw on social media of being in Birmingham and Somerset, and getting the fans involved, because I was a fan, I still am a fan, and those kind of things would mean, if you travel all that distance and the team comes to respect the fact that you've backed them, and they want, the boys want to do it. It's not just a case of me making them do it. They want to do it, and you can see how happy they were as well, and it makes them feel special. Yeah. But the fans, best fans in the league, they're phenomenal.
So, here's hoping to some more success this year, and hopefully something to go in the trophy cabinet there.
Yeah, hopefully the cups and everything are always important. The leagues are always our number one target. But said in the past, only one team can win, and we saw how fine the margin was last season. It was down to an engine failure here, a steel shoe coming off there. The margins are so fine that I think if we just get a slice of luck next season, that we seem to do well. We get to the playoffs, and we never seem to get the luck the year before. A bad call, a tape touching, and we can go back and look at things. I think if we just get a little bit of slice of luck, I think we can do it.
Yeah, all the best.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.